Module 4. In that, next topic is top down construction. First, the introduction. Conventionally, buildings with underground basements are built by bottom up method. In general, the buildings are constructed from the bottom to top, right? First you will excavate for the foundation, then you will construct the PCC bed, and next you will construct the footings, next columns. So step by step you will construct the buildings from bottom to top method. But it is feasible for the very large projects which are with the limited construction time and space and other site constraints. What happens in large projects, in large structures which are with the limited space and times, it will be difficult to construct from bottom to top. So in that case you can switch for top down construction. In that case you can switch for top down construction, which means construction will go from top to bottom, in which the construction will go from top to bottom. The top down construction methods enable the superstructure and the underground structure to be built simultaneously. In this top down construction, the construction of superstructure and the underground structure will conduct simultaneously. You can simultaneously construct the superstructure and underground structure at a time. So this is the one of the advantage of this top down construction. And what is the reason to select this top down construction? So the reasons are, first one is the distance between the boundary wall of the existing building and the building to be constructed. When there's a very close to each other, when the distance between boundary wall of the existing building and the building to be constructed are very close to each other, and if there is a possibility of soil collapse is too high, if there is a possibility of soil collapse is too high, in that case you can go for top down construction. And next, if this method is preferred for the building having 2 or more basements, in apartments or in malls, in large big apartments or malls, there may be a 2 or more basements for the parking and all. So in that case you can go for this top down construction. And next, if the water table is too high in area where the building has to be constructed, what happens if the water table is too high? In that case you can go for dewatering and all, dewatering process. So that dewatering process is eliminated in this top down construction. And the one more reason is this method is usually preferred for tall buildings with deep basements. As I have told, tall buildings with the deep basements, like in multi-story structure building, multi-story structures, so which has the deep basement, or the underground car parks, underpasses and the metro railway projects. So in these all types of projects you can go for the top down construction. So next we'll go for the method of construction of this top down structure, that is top down construction. In that, the first one is installation of diaphragm walls. Diaphragm walls are nothing but the piles are drilled into the ground. See, in this figure, this is the ground level. Okay, this is the ground level. So with the help of auger boring or any other suitable boring, you can first drill the ground, and that piles are drilled into the ground level to the bearing stratum using the conventional drilled shaft, okay, or slurry trench technique. See, here will be the foundation. Here will be the foundation of this structure, and here from this ground level to this foundation you are going to construct a number of basements as per the requirement of structure. It may be a 2 basements, 3 basements, 4 basements, okay. You can go up to for 4 basements also for the parking, underpasses, underground. So here will be the ground level, and this is the ground level, and this is the basement for the formation level, okay, or this is the foundation, exact foundation. So piles are first drilled into the ground level to the bearing stratum using conventional drill shaft or slurry trench technique. So the shaft made are concreted up to the lowermost basement level to form the foundation piers. Here the shaft are concreted up to the lowermost basement level to form the foundation piers. So as I have told, your foundation will be from here. Okay, this will be here, you will construct a column only. Okay, here there will be a basements, construction of basement. So this will be your foundation. So to construct the piers, you have to go for concreting at the up to the lowermost of the basement level to form the piers. Piers will work as the foundation. Okay, so next is installation of steel stanchion into the piles. Steel stanchion is nothing but a concrete columns. Steel stanchion is nothing but structural steel columns are installed in the open shaft to rise from foundation to the so rise from foundation piers to the ground floor level. Okay, so here in this shaft which you have drilled into the ground, so in this the precasted structural steel columns are inserted into this shaft. Okay, till the piers, and these columns are rise from foundation piers to the ground floor level. This is the ground floor level, correct? These are the, here you are going to construct a basement. See, first level of excavation. Here, as per this is the first basement you are going to excavation. Actually basement will be from bottom. This is first basement, second basement, third basement, and this is the fourth basement. But you are constructing from top to bottom. So first here you will conduct the excavation for the ground floor slab. Okay, so here you will construct the excavation. The ground floor slab is cast either above the unexcavated soil or on drop down from the system anchored to the columns if the soil is excavated. That is, here you will first the excavation will conducted. After that, with the help of formwork, the slab with the help of formwork, you are going to cast the slabs for the ground floor. Okay, and the ground floor slab is anchored with the diaphragm walls with the dowel or coupler bars which are initially left at the time of casing diaphragm walls. See, here you can see the shaft is removed, only column is left. Here the cost is the shaft or the formwork is removed, the only column is left. So after this after excavation of this, with the help of formwork, you can cast the slabs. I will show you further detailed picture or images of how it is going to be constructed. Okay, and next, second level of excavation. After the first level of excavation, you are going to construct you are going to excavate the second level of excavation. Here you can see this is the first level of excavation for the ground floor slab construction, and this is the second level of excavation. Okay, so the next lower level basement slab is poured, which act as a subsequent lower level lateral basing for the diaphragm walls. So like this only, floor to floor the excavation is going to constructed. Here what happens, I'll tell you. After construction excavation of this slab is casted with the help of formwork and all. So when this excavation is completed, at the time the casting of this is also completed. The casting of the slab of this basement is also completed. So further you can at this time you can go for the excavation of below basements, and also you can start for the construction of superstructures also. Okay, after forming here slab, after casting the slab to this ground floor level, you can conduct the construction of superstructure as well as construction of basement. You can go for simultaneously here. This level is repeated down up to the required levels. Each floor act as a permanent plan bracing for perimeter walls, eliminating the need of temporary bracing to retain the diaphragm walls. So here what you will do, you will go on constructing the permanent walls as per the designs. excavation is repeated until the completion of entire basement. Excavation is repeated until the completion of entire basement. So this is the third level and this is the last level. Here the raft will be provided, constructed. The raft footing will be constructed. Raft is nothing but raft or the mat footing. Okay, so that you are going to construct. So case the after that, case the basement wall and encase the steel tension to become permanent columns using the formwork and reinforced concrete. So as I told, that steel columns with the help of concrete cast all the slabs and columns. Basement walls and steel stanchions are encased with the additional reinforcement to become a permanent columns. And if any intermediate columns needed or the any walls needed, you can go on construction. See, this is the construction site. Here first the shaft is driven into the ground. Okay, in that the precasted column is inserted. Okay, and after that the lock is made. See, this is the similarly all the precast are inserted. This is the construction site. As per the design consideration, all the precast columns are inserted here. These are the columns. Okay, this is the ground level. After ground level, inserting the columns, the excavation will start. After inserting the columns, the excavation will start. Here you can see this is the first level of excavation. Here you can see that this is the ground level. All the vehicles are here. The building also started from here. See, this is the ground level. Here you have conducted the first level of excavation. Okay, so after excavation, see, as I have told, with the help of formwork and scaffolding, you will construct a slab panel. Here, see, here this is formwork is prepared, and here after formwork the reinforcing will be conducted, that is reinforcement, and after that is concrete will be poured on the slab to cast the slab. Okay, and after that, see, this is over of first. After the first excavation, the second excavation will conducted. Similarly, the third excavation till the foundation level. As per the requirement, you have to go by floor to floor. Okay, see, when these are when the floor slab, second floor slab and first floor slab are completely casted and cured, the curing is completed for 21 days. After that, you can see simultaneously start the construction work of superstructure. Here you can see this is the first basement, that is from top, this is the first basement. Okay, here the construction of superstructure is also started, and below that the construction of the below basements is also started, or the excavation of below basement is also started. So simultaneously you can conduct both the construction work. So after that, after the last up to the excavation up to conducting the excavation up to the required depth or up to the foundation level. So after completion of that excavation, PCC will be carried out on for the raft. Here you can see the reinforcement and concrete. So after PCC, waterproofing will be carried out. Then the reinforcement will be placed as per the design and drawing and the approved bar bending schedule. After proper side shutter as per the drawing and dimension, concreting of raft will be carried out. Whole raft will be completed as per the approved plan and design. Okay, here you can see this is the end of the column. Okay, at the basement place, this is at the foundation level. So this is the construction of raft foundation, the raft or mat foundation. That is nothing but to hold the foundation footing will be constructed to whole site, not to the particular column. Whole site it will be constructed as a mat. That's why it is called as mat or raft foundation. Okay, so this is how the work will be conducted in the basements, construction of basements. Okay, see, this is the actual site. Here you can see these are the basements which are constructed for parking and underpassing and all. Here see, till here the construction is going, and also here the construction of superstructuring is started. Construction of superstructure is already started. You can see this is the main advantage of this top down construction. Once you construct the first basement, after that you can conduct both the superstructure and underground structure simultaneously. Okay, so this is about top down construction. So advantage of this top down construction is the shortened construction period due to simultaneously construction. As I told, here the superstructure and underground structure will construct at a time, so the construction period will be shortened, and more operational space gained for the advanced construction of the more slabs. Here you will get the more operational space, as I told. Okay, and next, it is high suitable for construction for tall buildings with the deep basement to be constructed in urban areas, in like metropolitan areas. So in that case, in that type of areas, it will be most suitable, where the area is very congested and where the speedy construction is required. In that case, it is most useful. These can be installed in close proximity to existing structure with minimum loss of support to the existing foundation. So as I have told in the beginning, when the boundary of existing line and construction building to be constructed is very near, then in that case it will be very helpful. Okay, so disadvantage: higher cost, as you are applying a new advanced techniques and methods, instruments, so it will be higher cost. And next, the lateral displacement of retaining wall or ground settlement may possible, that is lateral displacement for retaining wall. If you are constructing underground, then you have to go for construction of retaining wall, so that lateral displacement of retaining wall may happen in this. And the construction quality may be influenced. It requires the highly skilled supervision and labor force. Highly skilled supervision and labor force. Skilled workers to be needed for this. So this is about top down construction. Thank you.